going on, guys? Kivox here, and welcome to another new Wandsday. I have some good news. I made like 6 wands. I made like 6 wands. So I got like 6 wands to show you guys today. And I'm gonna go over a couple of little techniques that I used. Hopefully it helps you guys come up with some new ideas. And obviously, if you guys want to submit wands to the new Wandsday wand review video / whatever's gonna be coming out in the future, the email is newwandsday@gmail.com. So just send it over to there, and then I check it out. I have one recorded that's gonna be edited next, most likely the next video that comes out after this one. Maybe it came out already. I don't know. You gotta check the videos because not everything is planned on this channel. It kind of just goes with the flows and it happens and all the stuff goes on. But let's just say I'm pretty excited about some of these. The bad news for some of you is that some of them are already sold because the patrons always get first dibs on my wands because it's part of the privilege of being a patron. So let's see, 4 of them are already gone. So it's not as exciting, I guess, as it was like 30 seconds ago, but I mean, it's still pretty good, I think. If you do want to become a patron, the link is usually down below and also at the end of the video. So check it out if you want to. If not, no big deal. Make sure to like this video though if you do end up liking it. If you learned something, you maybe there. The remainder of the wands will be going up on the shop, so just go check it out there. They may already be gone. They do go kind of fast. So I have a few metal wands that we made, but let's start off with the non-metal wands. And by metal, I just mean incorporated some sort of metal into the design. They're not full metal, all right? They're still made out of wood. So this one right here is it's a beauty. It's a very simple, usually simple, elegant designs are some of my favorites. This is actually burned. That's why it's all black. It's not paint or anything like that. This is made out of ash. I took inspirations from another wand that I made that had a similar kind of flow to it. I really liked it. That one actually incorporated some metal in it, but this one I want to keep it all bare, and I'm really loving these shapes. It's definitely one of those wands that just has that cool, just nice design. This guy's about 13 1/8 inches long, so it's fairly long, but not too bad. It fits nicely. It has these nice rounded, smooth edges, and then I also did a little bit of coloring there, as you can see, just to kind of make that grain pop a little bit more. It's heavier on one side, just to kind of give it a little bit of wear, make it look like it's actually being used. So this is a pretty sweet, pretty nice. It's a pretty nice design. I really like it. I just love how ash looks burned. I don't know if it's just a coincidence that it's ash and I burn it often, but yeah, I really like the way this looks. All of the wands actually come with one of these little stands right here, so the wand can actually rest on it. You could display it. It looks nice. You can put it on there whatever way you want. Sometimes you have to be creative. If it's a more uniquely shaped wand like this one, you can't always just plop it on there like straight. It's not gonna work. This one is still available as of the recording of this video. So it should be up on the shop. If you're watching this early, if you have those notifications turned on and you're one of the first to watch this video, this may still be up. So I love this thing. It's so classy. There's actually some pretty classy ones coming up. Some regal, I would say. I would describe them as regal. But before we get to the regal, let's do a weird one. This one, I don't know if you guys could tell, but it's kind of like a long finger. That was the design for it. So, almost dropped it. This actually has the hand bone in there. That's what this is. And then the finger joints. That's what these guys are. And then obviously I burned it a little bit just to kind of, I was gonna fill in and burn the inside here, but I kind of liked how it had the split. It almost made it look like cartilage a little bit. But it's a simple bone design. I didn't want to go too crazy into detail with all the bony things, and it's definitely a unique shaped wand. Again, If you guys don't know this, whenever I make a nice curved wand like this, I usually try to lift up the end a little bit. I just think it adds a little bit more to the design. If this went straight forward, it wouldn't, personally, it wouldn't look as good, in my opinion. Which I could have easily done that, just made it go perfectly straight. But I like how this looks a lot better. So if you like bone wands, I think this one came out pretty good. This one is also still available as of the recording of this video. So I'll probably remake something similar to this at some point. Just obviously change it, but like the bone idea is always one of my favorites. I've thought about making one that's more of like a hip bone here at the end, but a hip bone would be like, the ball part of the ball and joint of a hip. It would be pretty decently big. So I didn't want to do that yet. I may do that one for a future video. I do have an idea for one like that, but it would probably not have the finger joints. It would probably be more of a straight bone with that ball joint at the end. I think that would look really cool. Someday I'll probably make that. If you guys want to try to make it yourself, make it yourself. I would love to see that. Send it to right here, this guy, newwandsday@gmail.com. This guy's a 12 3/8, I believe, and it's fairly shorter than most of the other ones. I think all the other ones are much longer. It does have this bend. If you were to straighten it out, it'd probably be about 13 inches. I would probably, yeah. But that's not how you measure wands. You don't go by the bend. You can't do that. It doesn't work like that. So I'm just saying. Fun fact, this one is actually also made out of ash. But if you compare the colors here, you can see that there's a decent difference. It's all in the finish. The finish for this one was actually a little bit more of a glossy finish. This one I burned a lot of it, and I spread the ash up the top, and it kind of mellowed it out and made it a lot less shiny. So what ended up happening with this one is that I actually used a different finish. I wanted it to look different. I wanted the color to be more a warmer color. I didn't want it to be as dead as that one, even though this is bone. Yeah, I mean, it would have looked good if I kept it at that color, if I made it that color, but I didn't. Before we get too far into this, once I go over all the wands, I want you guys to take a second and go down below and vote for which one you think is which one's your favorite? Which one do you think is the coolest looking wand out of all of these? I'll let you guys know which one I think is probably my favorite. It's always hard to do this, but I have favorite parts of each of the wands that I made. So I'll explain that to you in a little bit. This next one is interesting because it is one of the ones that's gone already, but no metal in it. I guess you could say there's metal in it. Here it is. I love this. This is actually made out of leopard wood. This is one of the longest wands I've made so far, and leopard wood, man, it's so gorgeous. It looks so freaking nice. 15.5 inches long, which again, I don't make wands this long normally because of the rules of this guy right here. The rules that he's made for wands are that 15 inches is kind of like pushing it, and you only make it for special occasions. And if you guys were ever wondering about that, why a lot of my wands are between usually 11 at the lowest to 14 at the highest, it's because there are rules for making wands. You don't just make them all gigantic. This one, I wanted to make it gigantic. I wanted a super long wand, so that's what I did. And I think it looks really, really cool. And there's actually one other thing that goes along with this wand, and that is its twin brother right here. And this is actually another twin wand. This is only my third twin wands. Twin wands are very rare. I tend to not make them often, and usually what makes a twin wand is the fact that they have embedded magnets in them that will hold them together, and they're usually very, very similar in design, but with slight variations. So the way that I designed this was, I didn't want the magnets to like really, hold really, really tight. I just kind of wanted it to hold a little bit, to just so if you want to display it, you can display them together like that, and it'll kind of hold its place. But I didn't want the magnets to be too crazy, so they kind of just hold it a little bit. They're not, yeah, it'll hold its weight, but it's not really made to be used in, you know, conjunction together like this. I guess you could, but it's more of, you know, dual wielding wands or twins or siblings or a couple. Sadly, these are both gone already to one of the patrons, but yeah, I really like this one. What's funny about this one is that I just had the idea. It wasn't like one that I drew up and I was like, I'm gonna make this a twin wand. It was like, boom, came to me, and I was like, hey, I'm gonna draw this up really quick, because that's usually what I do, draw it up so I don't lose the idea. And then it evolved a little bit. Originally these were gonna be flat, but then I decided to add that break in it to make it look like it's you know, a broken piece, like a broken log or something like that. And then I was so pleasantly surprised at this beautiful grain from the leopard wood, and it's just, there's a little bit of burning going on in there, and there's no color actually added to it besides the burning. It's just a nice beautiful finish on it, and it's just nice semi-gloss. That's usually what I stick with unless I want something that's a little bit more regal, like I mentioned before, which is we're gonna be getting to that in a minute. All right, take it easy, pump the brakes, relax, okay? Just, can I live my life? Can I live? Can I live? Remember when I said that there is some metal in this? The magnets. I guess you can consider that metal, but they're not visible, so they're hidden behind two little, you know, dabs there. You can see them if you look close where they're located, but you know, they're hidden for the most part. To the quick glance, they're hidden in there. It's just a beautiful wand. Just, you know, can't really fault it. It's just nice. Yes. Very nice. Yes. Oh. Hey. So, I kind of lost a bunch of my footage. So what's going to happen right now is it's a different day, and I have to re-record the end of the video. So if it looks a little weird, and obviously I'm wearing different clothes, I'm sorry. I just wanted to explain that to you guys before we got too far into it, and you guys were like, wait a minute, why is this clothes? Why is everything different? What's going on now? Why does his hair look weird now? Is this something that's happening? Is he wearing different glasses? I was wearing different glasses as well. So there's a couple things that are different. So enjoy the rest of the video, and sorry. This next wand is the one that I was talking about when I was saying that it was regal, royal. It was just kind of had this feel to it, and it is this little guy right here. I was kind of going for a scepter kind of look to it, and I think it does look very sceptery, I guess you could say. I've had this little metal dongle for a while, and I just couldn't figure out a way to actually incorporate it into the wand where it would look nice. I didn't want to make the wand too fancy, and I didn't want to make this kind of stand out too much. It is super pommel heavy, mostly because of this giant metal piece here at the end. Personally, I think it looks really, really good. It looks super regal. This one, sadly, is already sold. It is gone. It's going to Belgium, I believe, and it's going to Belgium with its partner, which is down there. I'm glad that these next two wands are actually going together, because they kind of suit each other with the amount of metal that they have on them. This is actually made out of ironwood, Saruman ironwood, and it came out pretty cool. It is very, like, you know, like I said, sceptery, so you almost want to hold it like this. I really love how that looks right there. I think it's one of the coolest looking I guess ends, metal accents. This little puppy is 13 1/4, and I actually don't know how big the actual just wooden part is. 11.5, roughly, a little bit over 11.5. I think it looks pretty good. I think it's a very cool looking wand. I did this very flat matte finish on it. I think it suits it. It definitely suits it. And this is the partner to this little guy. They're both going to the same home, maybe not the same home, but the same person bought both of them. So these are both going to Belgium, which is super exciting. I love when my wands go overseas. I love when my wands really go anywhere. It's sad to see this guy go, just because I spent probably the past 2 months trying to figure out how to make this wand, and it's simple, but I think it came out really good. It has a lot of little details, like this end right here that has all of this engraving on it. I think it came out really, really good. I don't think there are a lot of other wands that have stuff like this on it. I think it came out really good. I really like it. And then we obviously have some runes engraved onto the pommel there, and also the guard right there. And then we have this big, chunky old handle right here, just like, so heavy. This wand comes in at 13 inches, and it is also made out of bloodwood, which it just has, it's red, and it has a really cool name. When it came to the finish on this guy, I wanted to keep it. A lot of my wands I keep matte finishes because it doesn't look too gaudy. So this has a matte finish, obviously, but it also has some little bits where I added in some just some contrast by using some mixture with the wax that I used on it. So it kind of filled in some of the grain, some of the little scratches with black, giving it a little bit more texture when it came to the blade and how it looks. I think this wand came out lovely. I think it looks great. It's simple yet elegant. It was one of the hardest wands that I've ever made, and sadly, if you wanted to pick it up, it's gone. I'm sorry. There'll be more, guys. So don't worry. Don't stress out. We got more. It's 2019, so we have a lot of stuff coming out. So stay tuned for that stuff. And now this next wand is. It's gonna be either love it or hate it. I feel like a lot of people may like it, a lot of people may not. It is still available as of the recording of this. I don't know what it is about this next wand, but I really, really, really like it. I almost want to keep it, but I do have to make my personal wand, which is going to be a future video. It is definitely going to be coming out in the next couple weeks. I'm probably going to start working on my 2019 personal wand, because apparently I make a new wand every year for myself. So I figured let's make a thing out of it, and let's make a new wand. But this guy, just super, personally, I just think it's like super classy. It's made out of purple heart, obviously. I didn't add any extra purple in there. I wanted it to kind of be more of a mellowed out purple, but I did add these little brass tubes in there, and I love this. I feel like it looks very much like an instrument, like like an instrument, like a guitar head or something, or a violin. It has this awesome feel to it. It just classy, right? Purple and gold just makes it look super, super nice. I don't really know anything else to say about it. It's a simple design. If you guys follow my wands at all, you know that I like this kind of bulbousy pommel here. It's not so much pommel heavy. It's on the verge of being pommel heavy. It is the biggest part of the ratio, but it's simple. It's just a pretty straight blade, and then it just kind of arcs up and then comes down and then goes back. So I was trying to keep it as simple as possible, as smooth as possible, and I think it came out pretty good. There's obviously some little defects in there. I put in like 2 little spots right there just to kind of give it a little character, just so it doesn't look too perfect. And then obviously, the tubes do go all the way through, so you can see through them, which just makes it look really cool. And that's another thing that kind of makes it look like an instrument, almost like you could play it or something, right? I love this wand. It seems like not everyone likes this one. I don't know if it's because it's too simple, but I just think for the right person that's looking for a simple design, I feel like just the little metal accents, they're not super popping out. Like obviously this one, it's like, hey, I have metal on my wand. Just wanted to let everybody know that I got metal on this thing. This guy, it's like just hidden. It's a little treat for somebody that gets up close and looks at it and appreciates it. I definitely love the subtleness of this guy. And that about wraps it up, guys, for this one. This one's still available. Like I said before, this guy is made out of purple heart, and it is 14.5 inches. So also on the longer side of wands. I really like this one. So here you have it, guys. These are all the wands. Like I said, there are only 3 that are available, and right now I can't really... Wait a second. The ones all the way over here. These guys are still available. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and you guys are excited about 2019 new wands. We started off this this year pretty good. We got 7 wands that came out. So I don't know. I think that's pretty good for the beginning. Let's hope that we can continue to put out more wands. I do get a lot of my ideas from your guys' suggestions down below, so don't forget to leave any sort of comment for ideas for future videos down below. Also, if you want to submit your wands to New Wandsday, just submit them to this email address. We do have some more wand review. Stay tuned for that, and stay tuned for some more book stuff and some more wand related stuff. I do have some really cool ideas for a future wand making video, so I think you guys are gonna like it. That's all I'm saying, and I hope you guys are subscribed. Check out those giveaways that have been going on. We have like 3 giveaways going on in January, so you may want to go check them out. There'll probably be a link down below to those giveaways. And if you guys stay tuned this far, thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys in the next video, and subscribe to PewDiePie. Bye.